Hello, beautiful people. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a good week. And it is always a pleasure for me to be here before you guys. Today, I want to show you, I want to tell you how you can be successful with your student visa application. Yes, because things are changing right there in Canada. Canada can wake up tomorrow and tell you something new. And the day after that, another new thing. The immigration law and policies in Canada is changing by the day. Trust me. So you have to change with it. If they change and you have refused to change without their change, trust me, that is to say, you will be left in their old ways. And getting visas might be very, very difficult for many of you. So once they are changing, try to also change. Now, last year, a lot of people reached out to me and they gave me reasons that the visa officers right there in Canada gave them for their visa refusals. And I started advising many of them on what to do. You understand? And over 90% of them were successful when it comes to visa applications. So I am here to share those tips with you. Now, if you are just coming across my channel for the very first time, my name is Noxacomedy, the man with the remedy. Many of my fans call me Noxa from the source. That is because I have been able and still able to bring direct information from the source to you undiluted. And if you are just here for the very first time, please do well to subscribe to support us. A lot is happening right here. Many of my fans know that right here, we don't sugarcoat anything. We say things the way they are. And don't forget also, I am not a travel agent. I am not a visa agent. I am not an immigration officer. I don't do visa. So if anybody is sending you a message, whether it's in the comment section or from any other place, telling you they are Noxacomedy, they can do visa for you, that is not me. Please be careful. Because many of all these scammers, they are taking this online by storm. So please, watch out. And God will bless you people that are supporting this channel. Giving this video, my videos, big likes and sharing my videos. Please, give this video big likes. Just click the like button so that YouTube can recommend this video to others who might be interested. And also, click the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I drop a new content. So thank you very much. And for those of you who are applying for visas, I pray that you get these visas. It is my prayer for you to also travel abroad and enjoy the good things that being abroad has to offer. For those of you who still want to travel with your families, I am always here to guide you free of charge. Free. I am on TikTok, Noxacomedy. I am on Instagram, Noxacomedy. I am on Facebook as Noxacomedy, and also I'm on Facebook as Noxamycin. So right now, let's go into this video proper. After a lot of people reached out to me last year and told me they were denied visas, and I was asking them, what was the reason given on the decision letter? Some were family ties. Mostly, the issue was family ties and also insufficient funds. So these are the things I want to tackle in this video. Last year, people reached out to me and I told them, if you don't have strong businesses back home in your countries, of course, you are going there to study. It's not like you are keeping a job, except if your company or organization is sponsoring you. If you are going to study in Canada based on your own personal effort, based on your own finances, or you have somebody in your family or relative who is sponsoring you, I suggested to a lot of them, I said, go alone first. When you reach there, your spouse will come and meet you. If you have kids, go alone. Your spouse and your kids will come and meet you right there. Because there are many advantages if you are traveling to Canada alone as an international student. Let me break it down to you so that you can understand better. Now, if you are going alone as a student, you can be able to manage, even if it's a room, instead of renting a flat to start living with your spouse and kids. You can manage one room, even if it's for the first 6 months before they will come and join you. You have reduced cost. You understand? So if eventually they have decided to come over, before they come, you can go and rent a flat so that you guys can be living comfortably. Not just even that one. That is even the least of it all. Now, let's look at it from this angle. You want to travel to Canada as a student. It is no longer news that the cost of living expenses that used to be $10,000 Canadian has now been increased to 20,000 Canadian dollars. In short, 20,636 Canadian dollars a year for one person. That is a student. So if your spouse is coming with you, maybe your cost of living used to be like 4,000, 5,000. We don't know if that's still the money. Maybe like 5, 6, 7,000. You will need to provide that with flight ticket as well. You can see that the money you need now is getting bigger. If you have kids, let's say you have 2 children, you have to make available 2 in that statement of account how you are going to take care of them. Cost of living expenses for kids will be like $4,000 a year. Then you will add flight to it again. That will be like 6,000 for one child times 2, 12K. The money is going up. So if eventually you can just present something that can show that you have your tuition fee, flight ticket, and what have you, you will stand a better chance to get that visa. But if you are using that same proof of funds to want to include your wife, your husband, and your children inside, they will not give you that visa because they don't want you to come to Canada and be stranded. Because according to statistics, over 8,000 students in the last, I think, 5 years or so have left school to seek asylum in Canada. So these are many things they are preventing. And also, Canada is facing a huge housing crisis. They are having housing crisis right there in Canada, and it's no longer funny. And housing is pricey. Cost of rent is going up. Inflation is high, which is the reason the government gave for the increase of the cost of living expenses that used to be 10,000, which is now $20,636. So my advice to you is that you can go alone first. Go and settle. Be using your 20 hours a week to gather small thing before your family will eventually come and join you. Because I have realized that in many cases, once you put your spouse and your kids in the application, you no longer have family ties. Let's be honest. Except you have properties, businesses back in your country to show that you have something back home that will bring you back. Because ordinarily, Canada is not expecting you to finish your studies and stay there and work. Ordinarily, they are expecting you. See, they expect you, your first goal, they expect you to come to Canada to study with the intention of when you graduate, you will go back home. That is the intention they want you to have. If eventually you want to stay at work, that should be secondary. They don't want that to be something you predetermined before you even apply for visa. So take note. So what I'm here trying to tell you is that apply loan to reduce financial burden. Now, again, many of you who went to Canada, there are people who went to Canada as students to the extent that their first 2-3 months, they couldn't find jobs. That 20 hours a week they were eligible to work, they couldn't find jobs. Because many of them were in some cities where there was not too many job opportunities. Some were in the cities where the competition to get jobs was high. For example, Toronto. There are jobs in Toronto, but Toronto is crowded. You understand? A lot of people went to Ontario and couldn't find jobs on time. So when you are leaving, before you apply to go and study, please do your research to know the areas where people are not going like that. You may stand a better chance in those areas. There are areas that are usually cold. Now that Canada said the cap for this year is approximately 364,000 study permits that they are going to issue. And this number is going to be shared amongst the provinces. And the province most likely is going to share slots to the schools in their province. So once they give school A, say, okay, school A, you now apply 5,000 students. Once you get to that 5K, school A cannot apply more than 5,000. And in Canada, there are usually places that are cold. Like all those in Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island. Those are the areas I expect many of you to be looking at. Because international students mostly don't go to these areas, in as much as we have international students there. So now you have to be more strategic than ever. Not like before. Because before they were just giving this visa, study permits. Now they want to hold back. Now you have to be more strategic. And I have also said it. Many students went to Canada, they couldn't find job because they didn't have skills. Some just graduated back home. Maybe they studied accounting, went to Canada, and were looking for accounting jobs. You have to have more than 1, 2, 3 skills. There are people who went to Canada, started doing, studying caregiving online. Some even went in to study, got the certificates, and they started doing caregiving jobs. This was not their goal. They went to Canada and realized that this is a lucrative job that has opportunities for workers. So it will make sense if you already have these skills before you leave home. Learn how to braid there. I made a detailed video like some months ago. I made 12 skills you have to learn before you go to Canada. I made another plus 6 skills you have to learn before you go to Canada. Learn these skills. Because if not, if you are just hoping on one thing, if you go to Canada and that one thing you are hoping to get a job in, you don't get it, you'll be left stranded. There were people who went to Canada, their first 3 months, they couldn't find jobs. There's a lady who was braiding hair. That was not her intention. But she realized that there was money in making hair. And that was what she was doing. People were coming to her house. She was going to people's house to braid. People were cutting hair at a cheap rate, especially when you are good at it. There are people who will patronize you. Home service. Instead of somebody going to a barber shop, driving there to go and cut hair with like $40. Maybe you can even come to his house and cut that same hair for $35. Especially if the place is not far from where you stay. Handwork, very, very important. And this handwork may even give you visa sponsorship. Like sharp. A lot of people in UK got visa sponsorship from a job they were like, let me just be doing this for a while. That let me just be doing this for a while job was what kept many people right now in the UK. Because they were just hoping after I finish school, I will just get one job. They will just sponsor me. Many of them, they never see work. So be strategic. So in the comment section of this video, tell me what you want me to make a video on, and I will surely deliver. Till I see you in my next video, guys. Give this video a big thumbs up and respect to every one of you. I wish you all success in your visa applications this